Hi, Flosstube.
I'm Nancy.
And I'm Laura.
And we are
the Addicted Sisters. This is a picture of our granny from 1983. And yesterday was Granny's birthday. So we thought we would just share her with you. That's Mary Ann
Leak.
Billings Leak Kleinbaum.
Yeah.
Had to think through all of that. But sweet little lady, and boy did our mom look like her when she got a little older.
Yes, she did.
So I feel like we're still very dark. It's like it was really bright in here, so we turned the overhead light off, and now we are just in the dark. I don't know if that helped. I don't think so.
I think it popped a little bit. You want me to turn the light on?
I think so. We're going to try that. I think that'll be better. It was fine, you guys. It was perfect. And then we sat down to film, and maybe it's because we're both in dark colors, but boy, the light just went
sucked it right out.
So we'd like to welcome you to our Flosstube number 52. Today is Saturday, March 2nd, 2019.
Thank you for joining us again. Hope you like us, subscribe us, all that good stuff. We appreciate all your comments, so be sure to do those too.
And we had a great time with your comments.
Yeah.
If you're new to our channel, we were gone last week because we held a retreat, and a lot of you commented and wished us well on our retreat.
Thank you.
We did have a good time with our local ladies.
Yeah, we
and
had a great time.
We'll show you some stuff later and let you see what kind of things we did. But other comment-wise, we had, here, we'll start with you.
Okay.
Crafty Cat, Kathy, wanted to know about Nancy's pendant on her necklace the last time.
Okay, so I told you it was a fairy, but I thought I would get her turned over here.
And the chain is so pretty.
So there she is. She's a little fairy girl. All right.
Is your chain from one of our cruises?
I think it is.
If you go on a cruise, one of the best things to do is to buy the silver or the gold by the inch.
Yeah.
Because you can get a lovely chain.
Yeah, look how showy that is. You can see it against my blue there.
I have several that I've done like that. And I think a lot of times they'll throw in a free bracelet, so you even have a little more that you can wear if you're going to dress up a little more.
Yeah, and if you can always use those bracelets as extenders too if you need to.
That's a good tip. My pile is, if you see me looking down a lot, it's because my pile is really wonky.
It's migrating off the table.
So we are going to have to look for that. Then, and see, I've even covered up part of it. There we go. I got it. Sheila Burton wants to know, what type of floss do you use most?
I think mine is really, honestly, DMC. I have the other flosses, and I do use them, but I don't know. I migrate more to DMC.
I think I use a mix because I have so much floss.
You do have a lot of floss.
That, like, I love to throw a pop of color in with Victorian Motto because she gets really, really saturated colors. So I've been doing some fall stitching, and like my pumpkins and things, I've pulled orange from Victorian Motto to throw in.
Her colors are gorgeous.
Yeah, and I just feel like they show really nicely.
Yeah.
I use a lot of Weeks Dye Works, a lot of Gentle Arts, sampler threads.
Well, I only have three big rings. So that's all and two of them are DMCs. So I have one that's mixed of, like you were saying, Weeks and Crescent and silks. Who did the silks?
Vicki Clayton.
Vicki Clayton.
Okay, so I have 6 rings of DMC. Big rings. 6 big rings of DMC because I've split it out.
I'm the little sister in this regard.
And I have, I want to think I have 3 or 4 rings of Victorian Motto.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Because I have well over 100 skeins.
Yeah, she was kidding that up. We were visiting Nancy one day. She was bagging it and labeling it. And Nancy's like, I think you have enough floss.
So, kicked out of the club.
It was
No, it was a good suggestion
Yeah.
because I really did have a lot of flaws.
Yeah.
So it was very generous of her to say, I think you have enough. Maybe you need to stop the club now. Because, that's her livelihood. So,
Right.
but I appreciated
Right.
that she looked at it and went,
she could recognize
ooh.
it.
And I think I just have one full ring of each of weeks and sampler threads. And then I have several more rings of other things. I have a lot of Karen collection and...
Well, I probably have more of that than I realize because they're kitted up.
Yeah. Well, I have
You know,
two
so-
rings of the Vicky Claytons. I have a ton in my projects. I have a big box full of stuff that I haven't put away yet. Yeah. Someday.
It's that whole basket up there, that little basket.
Oh, that little basket. Yeah.
It's sweet.
I may have to bring my box, so maybe we'll sit together one day and bag and tag all of our...
I don't know that we'd have enough
stuff.
baggies. We'd have to buy some more.
I use floss away bags for all
Me
my
too.
stuff, and Nancy does too. And it's just easier for me to take things on and off. And I even have, where I have things hung up, I have an extra hook, and I hang my ring full of rings on there. And I have a lot, and I have different size rings because some projects, if you're only going to use 4 or 5, but
Right.
you want them on that
You want
ring.
those tiny rings.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I buy those when I go to an office store because they're so much cheaper. So, or Walmart or something like that. Then Ogden Stitcher. She said, hey, will you talk more about your stitching budget and your credit for finishes? Well,
Can't get it.
I do the group, let me see if I can find it real quick, because there are several Stitch from Stash groups, and in fact I've joined like 3 because I kept trying to figure out which one had the budgets. My Wi-Fi is not liking Nancy's house today, so it's going to take a minute. But basically you set a monthly budget, and it can be up to $25, and you're not supposed to spend more than that. And then you have to list any expenses, so anything you do buy. And then you get credit for finishing projects. So if you're spending the money, but you use this stuff and you finish projects, then they give you credit for it.
Is it, what kind of credit do you get? Is it a fixed amount or?
She has a grid. Come on.
Well,
I don't think it's going to load
you
today,
can
guys.
You can just put it down
But
below.
mine is Stitch from Stash, and I think below it says 2017 through 2019. And it's run, I mean, I enjoy the group because I feel like it kind of makes you more accountable. Now, I had a heck of a time this time because we did the retreat. And there was some stuff there, and I bought stuff. Because who wouldn't?
Right.
Wait till you see. We're going to show you that
Right.
later. But then there's a grid, so I can tell you kind of what my finishes were worth when we get to that point, too. And I even have, I think I left it in this bag, I even wrote myself a sheet with some notes when I was figuring things. But it's based on, yeah, it's not going to load. It's based on the number of stitches and whether you use specialty stitches, specialty fiber. There was one more.
Fabric or floss? Well,
I said floss, but I don't know. Maybe it was, I know that it's stitches and floss and, beads or buttons. So I'll show you a little more when I get there. And then our question of the week last week was, who is your favorite designer? And I loved reading through the
Yeah.
comments.
I don't think there was anybody that I went, oh, who is that?
But what was your favorite comment?
Mine was, how did she say it again? Today it's, and she named somebody, and she said, but I'm going to come back every day and tell you another person. And I laughed, replied and laughed, and she came back the next day and Said somebody else.
It was funny because, yep, we think that, yeah, hey, I was going to look at that one too. Sorry. It is just not happening. So, who's your favorite designer?
I don't know.
I like Blackbird Designs. I'm always drawn to them.
Well,
And I like Plum Street.
Plum Street
a lot.
is probably tops on mine, one of the top ones.
I love the drawn thread.
Yeah, I haven't really done a lot of that, but I love their designs.
Mm-hmm. I found one, I was watching a floss tube and they were showing a drawn thread piece and I had to go put it on my wish list. So.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, I have some of probably everybody over there, but JBW, I love hers.
Oh, yes, Judy's designs are so sweet.
Yes.
So pretty.
Of course, I like
Shakespeare's
Shakespeare's
Peddler.
Peddler. I like Cottage Garden.
And Teresa gave us a pattern for our retreat for everybody too. And I can pull that out and show you in a little while when we do that because it's really cute. And
yeah.
She always has a cute tagline on the Raise the Roof. Teresa and Susie Reno were Raise the Roof. And I'm wondering if maybe we're going to convince them to resuscitate that partnership because, man, those are so cute.
Yeah, they were cute.
So, I wanted to talk a little bit about who I've watched lately. I have been binge watching Sunshine Stitchers. And that is Sheila, EJ, and Gary. And I love them. And they're 3 very different stitchers, but they are so fun. And they are just laughing all the time. And they're having such a good time with things. I've just gone through the one where they gave us a tour of their LNS and showed us their weekly or monthly stitching group. So that was kind of fun to see. And I still have some more to catch up with them, but I am almost there. It is really cute.
I haven't really watched anybody, except this morning I did watch Stitching in Kansas.
Hi,
Rachel. Really
we
cute.
both watched you.
Yeah, really cute videos. Her first one.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to go out and check her out. She's got some great projects that she's working on. That owl is so cute.
The one she finished, yes. And she said she had seen that on Friday Off the Grid. I feel like I'm turned away from you right now.
I think I'm scooted back.
I'm just looking behind me.
Adjustments.
But it was a really good first video, and I felt
Yeah.
like she said she was so nervous she couldn't hardly stand it, but she gave us a lovely shout out.
She did. And Bluebell, she was stitching on, the flower fairy for her daughter.
Oh,
my gosh, that
really
was
pretty.
gorgeous,
And she held it up
gorgeous.
close, and you got to see the opalescent fabric and
Yes,
all the
it's
sparkles in the
beautiful.
floss.
Beautiful. Can't wait to see that one up close and personal.
So it's STITCHIN_IN_KS.
Right.
So Stitchin' in Kansas. And if I think about it and can get it fixed, I will put it down below in our information.
Sounds good.
And our new question of the week, you want to introduce?
I can't see it. It's, what's your favorite theme or season or holiday to stitch for? What do you like to do? Do you like Halloween, Valentine's Day, summer, winter? What is it?
Now, if Gary watches us, I know what his answer is.
What is
It's
it?
Arbor Day.
Arbor Day.
Just kidding. That's what he said when he was teasing us. He said, mine is Arbor Day. His favorite is Halloween. But see, I do listen, Gary. I paid attention. So, I think
Too
EJ
funny.
is the one who watches us the most, and she is a math teacher.
Mm.
And she kind of keeps them in line with that, and she's their editor, and she takes care of things. So. Okay, we are up to current finishes.
We're just whipping through.
We are.
I have a finish.
Woo-hoo.
Woo!
Do you need this behind it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Finished this off at the retreat last weekend. This is Antique Scissors and Spools by Shakespeare's Peddler. So I got kind of frustrated because, you know, I moved it from the fabric that was provided, which was a 36 count, to my 28 count. I ran out of floss. So I was sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, we're at retreat. I just screamed out across the room, does anybody have any floss? I told them what it was. One lady actually had it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that scissors has the darker colors in it, and down the side here. So, but I like that. It kind of sets it off.
I don't think that it's like in your face obvious. So,
but I really
did you have to do the top of this spool?
I did.
Too?
I did.
Maybe
and
this one.
spool.
So I think it kind of draws it in.
Mm-hmm. I like it real well. I like how it turned out.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fun stitch.
Your floss was really more even, right?
Yeah.
And then the skein.
It was like she clipped, you know,
to get
off
the
dark
pieces she
sides.
wanted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It looks really pretty, and I like the fabric you used.
I like
Is
that
there a
too.
hole in the wall up there?
No.
I don't think so.
No, because I took it off of a piece over there in another project.
I have 3 finishes.
Of course you do.
I would have had like one last week. I don't know.
I would have
to
been done
figure
with
it out.
another one, but I didn't get it all.
So a project we did at the retreat is this little beaded piece, and we all did our initials, and Janice chose our colors based on what our favorite colors are, and mine of course is purple. So she chose, that's a light purple inside that darker purple.
It's really pretty.
And it looks kind of silvery. I loved it. So I did a lot of that beading, and when my arthritis kicked in and I couldn't snug things up, then Auntie Janice took care of me and did my little tag. So that's one little finish that I have. I think I'm going to move it while I'm doing some stuff. Oh, and I have her pattern out for me so that I would remember. And then I also have been working hard on Winter Cometh from Summer House Stitchworks.
Love that one.
And I need to check out more of Beth's projects because I really liked this one, and I liked how it was put together. I like all the elements. I just thought it was wonderful. Mine is stitched on, I want to say it's 28 count feldspar from Picture This Plus, and I used overdyed floss from Threadworks until I ran out of the dark blue, and then I just used DMC 823, and I don't think you can tell any difference on that one. But my other colors, my green and my light blue, definitely have some variegation in them.
I like that.
I really like it. And let me tell you, since I started stitching on this, Kansas City has had the worst weather.
Her fault.
But I finished now, and we're still having bad weather, so it's not my fault. I don't have to feel bad. And then my last one is Haunting Halloween by the Drawn Thread. And I bought this chart because I needed something for the Harry Potter group. And I found this mystery piece of linen in my stash, and I was all but done. Oh, this one needs it. I was all but done and ran out of, all right, I needed the buttons, I guess, is what I needed. And I thought that the little bat looked more like a dragonfly on theirs.
Bad. Oh, here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a button.
I think he's got too long of a tail or something. He's got a tail, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
Bats don't have tails.
And I was trying really hard to get this going because I needed to finish stitches before midnight. So I started right in the middle, and look how big this piece of fabric is. But what I think I'm going to do is that there are a couple of tags on there.
Uh-huh.
And there's a front and a back, and I think that I can put one at this end and one at this end. So it'll be this little October 31st.
And maybe this.
And that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And they'll be cute.
Did you do it over 1 or over 2?
Over 2.
And what count was it again?
I don't know. It was mystery stuff from my stash. I think it's 28.
You really do?
Yeah, they're big holes. I mean, they're big for me.
That looks like small stitches to me.
But But I will probably do the other two little pieces
That's a cute
too, and
pattern.
I like it really well, and
Cute,
it was
cute
one that
pattern.
I enjoyed. Okay, so
What?
hold that for just a second, and I will
What?
grab this.
It's on the bottom of the stack, you guys. You've got to try to balance everything here.
I told you I would let you know how the credits work. Well, you take the stitch count. See, it's all this lumpy bumpy stuff in the middle. I'm just gonna set it here because
Yeah, we know where we're at.
you take the stitch count and you add it together. So on Winter Cometh, my stitch count was 118 by 88. And you add those together and then you divide by 2 to get a square number. So when I add them up, that's 206. I divided, and that's 103. And at 100 stitches, I get a $14 credit. And then because I used overdyed floss, I got a little more of a credit from that. I counted $4.20 in fibers because you could count a certain percentage to get it. And then my drawn thread piece was just 49 by 105. So it came out to 77 stitches, and that gave me an $8 credit. And then I actually got quite a bit with it because I was trying to think. Because I had 2 buttons and I had 4 specialty fibers, and so I got and special stitches too. So I got a little more on it, and it came up more. And I did not count the beading project. I maybe could have, but I just didn't.
Yeah.
And I would have had to figure out everything about it.
Oh, there are tons of beads in it, so.
But I gotta tell you that I bought a lot of stuff, and I ended up spending way too much money this month because of it. But it's okay. I made back a lot of it. I am negative right now.
Wait. This needs to stay.
I am negative right now, but that's
You'll make it up.
That's okay.
In a week.
not in a week. I'm not that close. So anyway, that's it. Those are our finishes.
Okay.
And then we have stash.
Stash! Laura was really nice. She was out at Cece's and picked up some patterns for me. Now, I don't know which ones I do and don't have.
We're messaging back and forth, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And Kathy was laughing.
I bet she was. I've seen these. Okay, it's the Songbird series, right? And I've seen 5 and 6 for so long. I don't know if I have them or if I just think I have them. So I've got to go over and dig them out. But she got me Happiness, which is number 5. Bliss, which is number 6.
I've seen them on so many floss tubes too
Yeah.
that I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
And Faith, love that. They're pretty. Of course, blue, I'm partial blue.
And that was number 7.
And Courage, which is number 8. Now, she's taking a little bit of a break because her father is very ill and she's gone to spend time with him. So we have 4.
So you have some time to catch up and get
Yeah.
them stitched.
Well, get them figured out, what I do and don't have. But she's got 4 more to go because there's 12 in this series.
And-
So, is that all the stash I have?
Because everything else is from the retreat.
That's what I'm wondering. I have things coming in, but I don't think they've come in.
And I went because
Oh.
Llama Lump was in, and I loved it. I'm going to stitch this for Katie. And what I think I'm going to do,
Look at that guy.
yeah.
He's got like sweater on him.
So what I think I'm going to do, there are 4 of us. I think I'm going to extend this, and I'm going to make this little guy facing the other way in this guy's colors. So that we are all 4
Cute.
on there, and I'll figure out how to extend the trees.
Yeah.
And so it'll be a little bit bigger, and I don't think Paulette would mind that.
Probably not.
'Cause
I
it
don't
would
think
be-
so.
The 4 of us.
Yeah.
Katie has been llama crazy. Like, I am holding her back when we go to buy fabrics for our stuff. And I bought 4 of the colors that I wasn't quite sure that I had in my stash. So there are 4 of them for the piece. Everything else I think I can work out. And it uses a lot of DMC.
I really like. Look, she's got the blanket on that one. That's cute.
They're all very cute. So that will be fun.
I've got some cute ones coming. Can't wait. Can't wait.
And then Katie and I were at a quilt shop. I didn't show these earlier. We were at a quilt shop, and I picked up, they had a clearance area of little fat quarters of fabrics, and you know I'm always up for a good finishing fabric. So I bought some really pretty stuff. Gotta do these, you know, in the right colorway, right? I bought this one, which I kind of like, fun. And this swirly one, that's a Nancy color, isn't it? And this red one with all those flowers all over it, love that. And then I got this cute red flower, those pink centers. Then I love this, it's real subtle and just has lots of pretty watercolors through it. And of course I could not resist the purple. And this one, I had to really kind of look. They all have this little red dot on them because they're from the clearance bin. But I love that one.
It's pretty. That's almost velvety looking.
So those were just some of my finishing fabrics that I thought would be good, and so I picked them up. I forgot I stuffed some things in pockets in here, Nancy.
Her big bag.
It's not very big today, guys. Don't let her fool you. It's only this big.
Only.
It's itty bitty. I was going to show you news from the shop. So what I have this week, we did Zen Week because we didn't come up with a better name. So Katie will buy fabric a lot of times without me online.
Oh.
So she saw this and could not resist because Michelle Bendy is one of our reps. So this sleeve is called Bendy. I mean, the girls are all bendy, right? And look inside. Katie thinks it looks like workout pants.
Oh my God.
Like they would be.
Yeah.
I get that. And
Cute.
then this one we called Namaste.
I like that one.
I really like that. And inside is this green. I just think that feels like motion.
That's
so, and energy. And then this other one that she bought, I'm like, why did you buy this? And it doesn't really go with Zen Week, but we wanted it out. It's Mardi Gras.
It's cute.
And it is, can you guys see that? It is all sparkle.
Sparkly.
And inside, that makes me think of the beads, you know. So it's a dark purple background
Confetti.
and then just the fun colors. So that's
Cute,
3
cute.
that we had in the shop.
Cute,
we
cute.
just released those yesterday. And I have a code you can use, and Michelle has a code, Bendy10, if you want to use that. Michelle is tearing it up, I'll tell you that. She is just tearing it up. Okay, so then whips and plans.
Okay. I started working on Jingle All the Way.
I think it's funny you're stitching on Christmas.
Well, you know, it's almost done.
And you're in the mood, right?
So there's the one that I started working on again.
Scarlet House. No wonder I like it.
Yeah, it's
See, there's another favorite designer. I like
it's
her.
just very plain, but it's such a cute little piece. So I have 2 more of those. Oh, I forgot to count the bottom. I have 1, 2, 3 big ones to do, and part of the 4th, and then 3 more little ones. The big ones kill me.
The snowflakes?
Yes, because they have to be counted right.
That's maybe a challenge, huh?
And I spent probably 25 minutes trying to line this up in the center here, because I would look at it and I would stitch what I thought it was supposed to stitch, and I'd look and I'd be like, That is not right.
I would stitch my line all the way across
Well,
and then add stuff as I go back.
yeah. Now see, and I start and I stitch and I come up and I do this and I come up and I do this and I come up and do this.
I almost always will stitch the straight
I
line.
do a journey.
I almost always stitch the straight line all the way up, and then I can come back and add things down one side. And when I get out here, then I can stitch all the way across, and
Yeah, no.
it just helps it be symmetrical.
Because it gets my floss all. I don't like to drag my floss underneath or.
I
over-
don't. I
over it or
stitch the whole
anything.
time.
Well, I know, I'm stitching. I know what you're saying, but then you have to get back to where the other piece to start, so.
But I stitch the whole way across.
Okay.
Because I'm not just doing the straight line at that point, so. Anyway, I have a couple of things. I worked mostly this week on Begin by Bent Creek, and I did not pull it out of the plastic. Not gonna do it. This is my piece that I had for Nancy's birthday sal.
Yeah, I love that one.
And I have really, really moved on this. And I am
Wow,
just,
you've done a lot since the
doing-
post.
I am on it.
Woo-hoo, here,
So
I'll
this
hold
is where I am right now. So I'm ready to put in some fun stuff.
all the trees and things, is that what's next?
I may do, there are some little dots down here,
Okay.
and I may get those in first, just so they're out of the way, because I'm really excited to work on those wonky trees all the way
They're
across.
cute.
And then I'll have those little cardinals to put on at the end.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
And then the other thing that I worked on this week is actually a favor for a friend. If you guys watched Michelle G's, Bendy Stitchy's Year of Whips Flosstube, she came to a pattern and she opened the bag and she was just, you could tell she was just heartbroken. She said, oh, I guess it'll be for next year.
Oh.
Because she had forgotten to start it before the end of 2018.
Oh.
So I sent her, I set it on our floss tube, and then I sent her a message and said, I'll start that for you. So she sent it to me, and it's really cute. It's Bringing Home the Tree by the Scarlet House, and I think it was
Scarlet House again.
Yeah. It was a club kit,
Cute.
and it's really, really cute.
See all
Vicky
that.
tried to convince me that that was a white-faced cat, and I'm like, no, sweetie, that's a bird.
That's a bird.
And so I started this at Stitch Group the other night. Oh, we have the piece hanging where we're leaving it for her. And so I needed to do 200 stitches to get a point in my house on Harry Potter. So I stitched all the windows. That was 120 stitches. And then I started the rest of this,
Almost
the
all
door.
the door. Yeah. You
And
have to stoop in.
yeah, and my ladies at Stitch Night, the ladies who came at Stitch Night were all looking kind of expectantly, and I said, did you guys want to stitch on her project? And they're all like, yes! So we passed it around the table and everybody put a few stitches in.
Oh, too fun.
And so I messaged Michelle while we're at group, and she said, yay! And then she asked if we had a little piece of paper or something we could stick in. I didn't have anything with me, but I'll see them on Thursday,
Yeah.
so I'm going to use a little card and let
Too
everybody
fun.
sign that so that we can send it back to her. But
How
yeah,
fun.
so Michelle, your piece has started.
Great.
And we
Great.
didn't want to do too much because we want you to get to enjoy stitching it, but and hopefully we cross the same way you do.
Yeah, that's a challenge, isn't it?
But anyway, it was fun to stitch, and this fabric is beautiful. It's 36 count mink from R&R Reproductions, and I love it. It's such a nice, I haven't stitched with R&R in a long time, and I sometimes forget how much I like their fabric. So that was fun to get to stitch.
We don't see it out a lot anymore since the mill's not
Right.
around.
And that was our main source for it. I could
Uh-huh.
get pretty much anything I wanted from R&R
Yeah.
from them. We would have to order from Dyeing to Stitch. You guys know that, right? DYEING, Dyeing to Stitch is R&R Reproductions, and you can get their fabric and stuff on there.
Cool.
And I'm sure there are other places that carry it, but you can get it right from the source.
Yeah, might as well if you can, right?
Now, if they still do what they used to do, the only thing you have to think about is that they dye their fabric seasonally. So not all colors are being produced all the time.
Okay.
And it was just something that, you needed to be used to and figure out and order your fabric at the right time or be prepared to wait for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's okay. I didn't mind that. And those are my whips. Now my plans, this weekend I have to put, because when the month switches, then we change our focus on Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So like we had year 2, week 5 to finish up February. Now we have March and April for year 3
Okay.
because it's a longer book. So they're giving us 2 months. For the rest of the year, we have 2 months for every book. And we do reading challenges. If you've been under a rock and you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the School of Magical Stitching and Literature. Magical Stitches and Literature. But we're reading the Harry Potter books, and we are doing other reading for reading challenges. There are year-long challenges. There are monthly challenges. And then there's weekly stitching homework challenges. So
wow.
There's year-long reading and year-long stitching, monthly reading and monthly stitching, and then weekly stitching.
Okay.
So, and the weekly stuff they call our homework.
Wow.
So everything else is a challenge. But the deal is that you are just making your projects fit.
Right. Yeah.
So I said that I went and bought that chart. Well, it was because I really didn't have anything Halloween started that that had a ghost or that had a skeleton or that had anything like that on it, which was really weird. And I have since started my Lila's Studio Halloween Quakers. So I will have more things to stitch on there.
Okay.
I think I showed that last time. What are you looking at?
That box over there, I wondered what was in that.
I don't know.
Wondered if I had stash that I forgot about.
I don't know. But
sorry.
Anyway, that was our whips and plans. So I'll be stitching this weekend. We had to post a list earlier this week. This is where I was going with this. We had to post a list of our top 20 whips. And so when March 1st hit, they said we have through Sunday at midnight Pacific time to get 300 stitches in our number 13 whip.
Oh my.
So I'm not sure there are 300 stitches left in that one. It's a little piece that I'm doing from a round robin that Katie sent. Oh look, the sun's out. I have a halo. But it's from a round robin Katie sent. So I'm going to have to get my light out because it's on Sparrow fabric, which is really dark brown, beautiful fabric, but dark, and I'll have to sit with my little lamp over it to be able to see all the holes and everything. And that's what I'll be doing. How about you?
Yeah, I'll be working. I think I'm going to try to finish up this jingle all the way. You were talking about how dark it was. I was trying to stitch on that at work, and it wasn't very sunny this week at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I could not see it because I had on dark slacks, and I kept having to hold it up over and put on 2 glasses, and it was chore. That's why I didn't get much done on it, but I hope to finish that this week. I think I've got all my lunches available.
Maybe you'll have to finish it at home this weekend. It's going to be snowy, so you're going to have a lot of natural light coming in.
Yeah.
That was the thing. I do sewing during the day, so I end up stitching late at night.
Yeah. I could. I might. Never know.
And then you'd have to choose something else to take to work with you.
Oh my gosh.
What do you think will be next? What are you feeling like?
I really want to work on my Told in the Garden, but I don't like to take it to work.
Because it's so long?
Yeah, and because I have to count so much, because it's confetti on every line, and when you're sitting there talking to people, that's a little hard to do. So I don't know what I will work on next. I just don't know.
Something springy? Do you think you're
Something
moving on to
small.
that?
Yeah, probably. That's this stack here, top left.
I can see some pinks and some pretty colors poking out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so those are our plans. Then we were going to do a retreat review for you.
Yes! We had a wonderful time with all of our ladies at our Cross Borders retreat, and just wanted to share some of the things that we did there. I don't even know where to start, Laura. What do we want to start with?
Well, I was going to go ahead and just show what I had done for my giveaway.
See if I can find it.
So I did A True Friend by R&R. I was just talking about them. And I left the words up of it. And I just made a very simple little pin cushion. And this is the backing fabric. And it was heavy because I stuffed that sucker with lizard litter. So that is the one that I made. You want to show the one you made?
Yeah, I have to find my settings again and change those because it'll be too bright.
I was trying to decide if I took pictures. I should look at that.
Display brightness. Okay. Sorry about this, people. Okay. So I did, what was this? It was by the Snowflower, is that what it is?
Snowflower Diaries.
And I think it was just Spring is the name of it. So I can't even see, Laura. Do I have
That's
it on?
good.
So that was the front.
And her finishing was gorgeous
it's on
on
yellow
it.
check. And then I found this part of my toile that has the sheep on it that I wanted to put on the back. Because sheep come in the spring.
Really pretty. We did a garden theme, so I have a picture of all of the pieces laid out together. Yeah, this is my good picture. Okay, so it's not very close up, but you can see, look at those beautiful pieces. And our knitter in the group made that cute bee up there. Bee or
She
ladybug?
did too.
It's
She
a
did a
ladybug,
ladybug.
right?
And then there's this little bitty guy here.
Oh, yes, she made one for another lady who had joined kind of at the last minute so
Yeah.
that she would be able to participate, which I thought was really sweet. But look at those beauties.
Yes.
And then, do you want to show the one you got?
Yeah, I'll do that. I got this from Elisa, and she tells me here what it is. Adapted from Birdseed by Cinnamon Heart Needleworks.
I didn't bring my piece, my tag that says what it is.
So this is what she did for me. Isn't that cute? Love the little bird and all the herbs, birdseed and stuff. That's cute. Just
And
a cute piece.
what we do is we have everything wrapped in white, and you just walk up and literally pick one.
Yeah.
And there was this cute little package laying there, and Chrisanne is who I got mine from, and she had written "Hi" in little bitty letters on it, and I just thought it was so cute that I picked it up. So then I open up "Hi," and what I got is this
Beautiful.
prairie schooler piece. Look at that, how gorgeous that is. Her stitching is just beautiful. And then she did the cut a hole in it method of finishing, and she made this tag
Isn't that cute?
to go over it. Is that sweet? So I really, really love it. It's hanging on my stitching lamp next to me.
Very pretty.
It just is so pretty. I just couldn't. Oh.
Well, mine was sitting up here on my dresser.
Pam and Steph would say, I'm dead on the floor. I was dead on the floor. And I was. It just was so cool. Another really cool thing is that Nancy surprised us all with these fobs for our scissors, and these are all from our mother's button box. So Nancy said this was every bit of purple that she could find, and yes, our mother was not a
She's
purple
not
girl.
a purple fan.
And we all got this pretty little, let's see, do I have this the right way? We all got this pretty little heart charm on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But I just love that, and it was such a special thing to get at the retreat.
So this is the one I did. It's all the silvers.
Really cool. Look at the sparkle.
Mm-hmm, I love it. And then, just to show you, here's what I did for them all. All the different buttons. It's upside down, kind of, but...
I think our friend Keisha got the one that's all wooden buttons.
Yeah, which...
That was really cool. And there were just, Mom had some interesting things.
It's right here, all those little brown... And
there were just some interesting pieces in...
Judy got all the reds. Where did that go?
Oh, there on the side.
Yeah. She got...
This one, right?
No, I think she got this one. Because it had Mom's coat in it. I think she got this one.
That's got some orangey reds.
Yeah, because there's big buttons in there from Mama's coat. Great big old buttons.
But it was really fun, and Nancy just surprised us with those.
I cried.
And our friend Barbara, who knits.
Yep.
Last year, I found a little peep pattern, and I said, "Oh, hey, you can make these." And we had gotten her some yarn, and she made me this one. But we had chosen like my peep is gray.
Yeah.
The
bunnies are gray, right?
The yarn that we chose was really pretty, but it was like all, it was like all dark. So mine this year is this yellow and white.
Yeah.
Is that cute?
And then
The
I
little
got this
copper.
little teal guy. So
They're
very
so
cute.
fun.
Very
We
cute.
love them. And Phyllis brought us scrubbies.
You can't
We're both
show
using
it. They're
them.
dirty.
They're not cross stitched, so we didn't have to
Ah.
save them for the week. But
Right.
they're really cute. They're
And
made
they
out of
work
that scrubby
well.
that scrubby fiber.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's made specifically to make scrubbies.
Yeah.
And they're little
so it's
squares.
shaggy.
Yeah.
You know, it's cute. It's only about
really cute.
like this big, but man, it works well. I've cleaned my sink a couple times with that. I like it.
It's about the size the pot holders used to come out when you would weave them with the loops.
Oh, okay.
Don't you think? It's
I don't
about
know.
that size.
But it stretches a little bit too, so
Yeah.
it's very cool.
And then from Phyllis, Nancy's going to show you. I bought myself. I bought Nancy, and I bought you guys.
It's called Joseph's Coat.
This is Victorian motto.
Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that color.
Was so pretty. I just
Wow.
couldn't leave it. And I was buying some for Nancy, and I thought, oh, I bet our ladies would like that. And then we did the beading class with the initial, but we also did
Tuck.
we had a talk about these tucks, and our friend Karen made everyone
a little
a beautiful little tuck.
tuck. See, your finished piece goes inside here.
And she said if we wanted, we could open up the bottom and stuff it and have a fat little pillow.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So it could be,
I was getting a massage during this one. So.
So she talked about how she made them, and they're just really pretty little projects.
cute.
And because we said garden theme, she pulled out this beautiful
Isn't it cute?
fabric from her
I
stash.
like that fabric.
I just loved it.
Yeah, very cute.
And then Nancy and I had a good time. You want me to show this?
Okay.
I should show you guys. We did thank you cards that we're going to be mailing out for everyone, and Nancy has left some out for me to go through and sign. But look at all these cards. These are all of the lovely people who donated to our weekend.
Wow. was fabulous.
And they made it just wonderful.
Fabulous.
So Nancy stamped our little bags with this thank you stamp that's in silver, and it just didn't show very
No,
well
you couldn't see it.
on the craft paper. So her daughter-in-law drew.
Jamie decided to
Flowers.
draw flowers on each one of them. Aren't they cute? And everybody's was different.
And we got so
fun.
much stuff. I'll show you some of the stuff that came.
Yeah, I won't show you mine because it's
Oh.
really kind of the same.
I picked this up from the freebie table. That was a little bit of stashquisition. Our friend Kathy at CC and Company made us a little card and gave us some needles. I have something pretty from JBW. Look at that. I have pretty things from the Victoria Sampler. It's Next Steps in Cross. Oh, this one is Beyond Cross Stitch. So it's a little kit to do that. Keslin's gave us all sorts of beautiful charts. That's what mine looks like. We all got Needleworker's Delight, Silk Weaver, sent us beautiful patterns and some fabric. Oh, the ladies love the fabric. But they also gave,
like my wall.
yeah, but they also gave everybody a coupon, which we just thought was wonderful.
Very cool.
Ellen Chester, she is with my needle. She ended up sending beautiful charts, and we were able to give everyone a chart.
Yeah.
Mine is Words to Live By, and it's beautiful. Glendon Place sent this wonderful, adorable
That's so cute.
pattern called Flakes. Look at this. It's so pretty, and of course I love it. It's purple. I was just going to show you that this is where mine will go.
Oh,
And I believe maybe I'll leave that out and put it right there.
very cute.
That was a secret. I can't really show
I
you that
love
one.
that pattern too.
And then the fun one that we got from Raise the Roof. It's called My Cone Runneth Over. And it says, hanging out with these drips is all right. And Keisha came over and showed us that that's what it said on the bottom. And she said, is this the unofficial motto for the weekend? So then we got her to get up and tell the ladies that too.
Yeah,
And it was
cute.
hysterical. Oh, good.
We got some other things too, and I wanted to share. We've got this
Oh, these fun pens.
orange pen
I love that. That's like my new
from
favorite.
Zweigert. They also sent this cool little book. It's got tons of patterns and things in it.
And a lot of them are florals in that way.
yes.
So,
And they sent, isn't this, oh no, this is Glendon Place. She sent us some notepads.
and they're stickies.
Yeah.
So that's a great thing.
And then the other thing we got
Oh yes.
was the year in cross stitch. We got all 4 of these, and we're able to share them with everybody. We put a whole year in our grand prize.
And a whole year as a super secret
prize. But there are some lovely.
Oh, like that one.
Look at that! Isn't that beautiful? I can't even see.
Here, turn this back.
Isn't that beautiful? Love that little guy. You know,
And-
there's tons of cool things
Yes.
in here.
And it's so pretty. And let me see this for a second. If you don't know about this, on the back of these, they show you that they have a free pattern of the month. And I don't know when they'll start their next one. This was last January they did this series. And it is so cute. So,
And then this is some. What did you call it, stash? What did you call your stash you just got? Your little piece?
oh, from the freebie table.
The freebie stash. Freebie stash. I got a Cricut collection. See, I knew I had more I forgot about. These cool little strawberries.
Oh, pretty.
I love those.
I like this big.
Yeah, they're cute. And then I found this alphabet that I just loved.
And I think there are more in there,
Yeah,
right?
there are. It just gives, there's none stitched up, so I can't show you. But it's got several different alphabets in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then my other piece was The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. This one.
And you started that
I
one,
did
right?
start on that one, yeah.
It's tiny,
So I
teeny tiny.
I've got about half of it done. I've got almost all of the greenery in, and I went ahead and put it in the frame because I wanted to see what it looked like. So that's what I've got, and then I've got 3 big
I
flowers to
wondered
put in.
where that came from. So,
Oh, yeah, it came off the freebie table.
I think it's one we gave last year.
oh, it could be. There were some things that came back, some things
Yeah.
that, it was really fun.
I don't care.
No.
I mean, we give things away all the time, and we don't get to keep them all.
Yep.
And so when they come back, it's like, yes, I wanted that.
You want to bring it back? Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Nancy and I found these cute bags that we gave to everybody, and I have this one because I'm going to show you guys. My ladies were giving me grief because I kept a purple bag.
Yeah.
Well, purple is my favorite color, but I would have given it up for the ladies, except, look at that. Mine came damaged. It's got a couple of holes in it. So I'm going to have to put something back there to cover it.
Cute
I did
button
not want to
or-
give
No.
that to somebody. And I also chose a yellow one.
Aren't those stripes great?
You want this behind
Yeah.
yours?
And then I got a blue,
Of course.
a black, which I
Look
thought
at that
was
black one.
fabulous. And then I got a solid pink one.
And we
and we
didn't.
also had white, but
Yes.
somehow we didn't end up with them.
Oh, and there was also green
Green,
and red.
red,
Red was another popular color.
yes.
There were about 8 colors. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we said green and red and the white. That's
That's
it.
it.
Okay.
But, perfect size for things,
Mhm.
easy to use. They've got this great little fob on it.
Our friend Sue immediately took out her twistable pencils and put them right in the bag.
Yeah.
And what a great thing. Then you don't have to mess with that package anymore.
Right.
So
And then
another
you wanna
thing
show
we gave.
these?
Oh, I was going to show this.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Another thing we gave, Nancy and I made. I didn't pull your other one down.
No, it's okay.
Nancy and I made needle minders.
Aren't they cute?
Hold yours close too. Look how pretty the color is. And then look, I got this one, and Nancy got an orangey one,
Mhm.
and there were green ones, more
Yeah,
green, and they were really pretty. They were kind of ombre colors. So
Yeah.
like I got this really dark one, but there also might have been. This may be what
Like a
Judy
pinky.
called red.
Yeah, like a pinky color too.
Yeah. A
And that
softer
orange
pink.
is pretty bright
Yeah.
too.
Really pretty. So they were fun. Then you want to do this?
Okay.
Then Nancy and I are crafty, and so we made pin cushions. Look at these little foxes.
And flip them to the back so you can see the
Oh,
back
yeah.
too.
And just this, and they're made out of flannel.
Yeah. And then I got some little buds with hearts.
And the great thing about them is that they'll catch your floss.
owls with stars. I almost said snowflakes.
Sleepy stars
Yeah.
snuggle at my place.
And then these beautiful flowers
Mm-hmm.
with the floral on the back.
One of our friends pulled out the floss she was working with and tossed it on there because you guys know floss doesn't go anywhere when it's on flannel.
Right.
So it was easy to keep track of it. And one of the fun things that we do at our retreat is that we make pins. And we learned last year we used 2-inch pins and there was not enough.
Yeah.
So this year we got these 3-inch,
Daggers.
yeah, 3-inch, they are floral pins. And they came with the little pearl on top,
Mm-hmm.
which we thought was kind of fun.
So yeah, because it just makes it a good finish up there.
And everybody got to go out, and Katie, my daughter Katie, was so great and sat out there and made pins
Pins
with
with
people.
And props to Phyllis Thompson. She brought in a
Oh,
ton
yes.
of beautiful beads, and that's what we were able to do this with.
It was wonderful. And then I got a prize in the door prizes that I already had, so I gave mine away to Debbie Wolf because
Yeah.
she didn't have it
It
and
was
liked it.
The piece, was it the piece pattern?
I think so. Erica Michaels sent this beautiful pattern
Yes.
that says peace. and I loved it. But I already have it, so
Yeah.
that's okay.
And then my prize was this beautiful package from Weeks Dye Works. Look at that. Floss. And this is felt that they've got in here for backing fabric. They cut this one. Some of them, we got like 4 of these, I think.
Mhm.
Some of them came with a solid piece, so you could make a bigger piece. Isn't that pretty?
And I think one of them was kind of a houndstooth red, and
yeah, and there
I
was
mean,
a
they were
green.
cool things.
So it's really pretty.
Cool things. I didn't bring my fabric from the fabric exchange.
Well, of course I have mine. We exchanged fabric. And
so you could package up fabric that either you weren't going to use, or you just were ready to have it move on.
Yeah.
Some people said, I love the color, it's
Yeah.
just not
well, I
working for me.
gave some of my 18s and 20s.
Mm-hmm.
So
And I gave some 40 count Picture This Plus fabric, which those were snapped up like right away.
yeah, mine. This one piece I have is a crystal mystic opal. It's hard. Right.
And they needed to be, we said they needed to be an 1/8 of a yard, and some were
Look at
bigger.
that. You see it? Isn't that pretty?
Some were bigger, some were, and we would let you do ornament cuts.
And I gave 3, so I got 3 different packages.
I gave one of mine away. I picked the piece of Ada and gave it to a lady the knitter, who is thinking about starting to stitch.
Can you see one is like a creamy gray, white, and the top one has more blue in it.
And they're more ornament cut size,
Yes.
so 2 came in that package.
And then, Phyllis
Oh yeah,
sold this
for
too?
Victorian motto.
Yeah, for a Victorian motto. Look at this.
She did some sprayed linen.
Isn't that cute?
It's got a big thread on the back.
And see, it's white on the back. I have no idea what I'm gonna put on it, but Laura and I are splitting this piece.
Really pretty. And what count is that? Is it 25?
I think she thought it was 25, yeah.
That's kind of one of my new favorites. It's just a little bigger, and I just kind of like it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you can see it a little better, I don't know. But it's kind of gray, and I thought
think
I
it's
saw
called
a
Cloudy
green,
Sky.
stormy, and it's stormy
I was thinking
sky.
the dark one was Stormy.
Oh, okay. I don't really know.
So, then our friend Judy.
Yes. Love you, Judy.
We really do. But Judy makes life very difficult.
Yes, she does. Oh,
What?
I'm looking for my flat piece.
Oh, I don't have mine with me either, because I'm using it at home. So Judy makes beautiful bags and
it's right behind you
trays.
there on my. See it sticking out?
Oh, of
underneath?
course, because I picked up the board so I wouldn't have to lean halfway across creation.
Oh, I just needed the one.
Yeah, I'm not sorting out when I'm leaning all the way back there. So she makes these cute trays. You want to show that?
Yeah. Can you just throw that back over there somewhere? So, I got the birds. Isn't that cute? Beautiful backing. And then it just snaps. Ouch. It really should be easier, but, arthritis in the fingers. Then you have this cute little tray. Look at that.
And you could just take that with you to put your tools in, put your orts, whatever you want
Yeah.
to do. I bought one also, and mine has little frogs in it.
Oh, cute.
It's like the frog bag that we did.
Yeah. So I love it. I think it's just adorable fabric too.
Mm-hmm.
But then it'll fold back out flat, of course, so that you can slide it in your bag and take it with you. Lovely. Lovely. Okay, what's next?
Keep going.
Okay. Then I got
We're still talking about Judy.
I got a fox bag. Oh, those are upside down.
Because it's one continuous piece.
Yeah. and a cool button, blue button. And look at that inside. Isn't that cute? Love that. And then I bought this beautiful fabric. I love this one. I like smaller bags. Most of my projects are smaller and are not huge. But look at that button too. Isn't that pretty? And then the inside is this beautiful purple. Love that.
And I bought, okay, so I bought this one.
Oh, I love that.
And look at that button. That's really pretty. And my inside looks like this, which is gorgeous. Now, all week long, I have been trying to find a project that I was using for School of Magical Stitches and Literature, and I couldn't find it. It was in here. And we had to do 200 stitches on each one, and I was, like less than 20 stitches away. And I would have been able to count it. But I love this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one I bought from Miss Judy. She's had this one for a while.
This is gorgeous.
And I look at it over and over and over and over.
It's
And
beautiful.
I just love it. And inside, look at that. It's a batik. I love batiks.
Love that.
And this is her older style with just the Velcro.
Which I do like that. I
I'm
like the
thinking,
Velcro.
though, that maybe I will go find a pretty button and just put it on for decoration.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're so pretty with that extra
Well,
little bling.
Unfortunately, I don't have any buttons for you to look through.
And then I also bought this one, which everybody was like, really? You're buying that one? They thought it was a departure, but those little flowers are purple. And Nancy just pointed out there's a lot of green on it too. And inside, look at this.
That's cute.
Really sweet. So I just loved these.
It's very subtle, and the color, like now, I don't see any of the greens. So it depends on the light,
Mm-hmm.
which color really pops out for you.
And it's a pretty bag.
Mm-hmm.
So
They're
that's
all
what
pretty bags. She does pretty work. It's all finished nicely.
that's what blew my budget.
Oh.
Oh, and it would have been worse, except I didn't have to pay for this one because I traded her.
Oh.
One of my bags for one of her bags.
Didn't she say that she would?
Oh, yes. And if you like these bags and you like this style, we can get you in touch with Judy,
Yeah.
and she would be happy to make some bags. She doesn't do a big bunch
No.
of them, but she would,
They're more custom.
yes. And you know what? Maybe if I think about it, I'll put her email down below because she said we could do that.
Yes.
And
She'll tell you what she has available, what fabrics, and can show you pictures of that, and then you can choose.
I feel like she's really reasonable.
I do too.
So,
I do too.
she might charge a couple extra dollars for
For shipping. Yeah.
but really, she does a beautiful job with them.
And she is coming to the July retreat, so she will have
Hmm.
a supply there too.
She's working on having a lot of bags, a lot of trays.
Yeah. The
So,
trays are just the cutest thing. I really have liked those for a long time.
I know, and then I always spend my money on the bags.
Yes, me too. And I thought, by gosh, I'm going to get one this time.
I was trying to think how many Judy bags I have now, and it's probably 6 or 7.
I just have 3. No, 3. I've got a big one someplace. 4. I've got
So-
1 big one and 3 small ones and a tray.
So Judy feeds our addiction. Well, I have these two. I have the frog. I have the big purple one that she did for me. I have the patriotic one that I bought. And I was trying to think if I have one more. I have
It's
one
hard.
Phyllis made for me.
Yes, I have one Phyllis made for me too.
So, but Judy likes florals,
Uh-huh.
and she picks beautiful florals. And that, I'm not saying that she won't do something else.
No, because
Um,
she did us a really cute frog bag one year. It was
And the
great.
one that we gave away this
And
year.
you saw my foxes.
Yep. And the one that we gave away this year had real cute animals all over it.
Yes,
And she made a matching tray to go with it.
yes.
So it was lovely to
I
have
just
that.
love
And
these guys.
Yep.
Very
does
fun,
a nice
very
job.
good work.
We had more designs than this in the pin cushions. We could have pulled out the flannel to show you, but we decided not to.
Yeah.
I'm still exhausted. Are you?
Yeah, every day I get a little bit better, but you know, we put so much into these retreats, and that was our small one. You know, I don't know that we will do all of these things for.
I don't know that we can make 100 things and make
No.
this many. So
No.
we'll see what kinds of things we come up with. But we like to do handmade things,
Yeah.
and we have some ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And we have some things going, and none of them are duplicates.
Right.
Well, none of them are duplicates, we'll say that. And it'll be kind of fun. So.
Until we
So
get that all figured out, huh?
Yep, there's not really any news about the July retreat because
No.
we have to have a chance to get out and go to the hotel and check everything out and see what's going on with it, and maybe get you some pictures and things. So, anyway, until then, she's Nancy,
She's Laura.
and we are the Addicted Sisters. Have a great stitchy week. Remember,
Bye-bye.
what's your favorite theme, season, or holiday to stitch? Fun times.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.